beautiful people, welcome to my channel. My name is Georgia for those of you who are new, and to my regular subscribers, welcome back. So as you could tell from the title, we are doing a review of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, and we are in season 1 episode 13, which is the finale of the season. And this episode was an emotional roller coaster for me, and as I'm sure for others. So let's get into the review and just get through it. After this, there's going to be a 3-part reunion, and of course we're going to do the review of that also. But let's just get through this review tonight and get on. Oh, I didn't tell you the title of this review is called Chilly Reception. So we start off where the producers, they do a overview or your rundown of the entire season from season 1 till now. And then they're also going right after that to do a review of episode 12, well, a combination of 10, 11, 12, where the ladies went to Vegas, and it wasn't a good trip. So we visit each of the ladies' homes, and you could see that they're thinking, the way they did it is showing how, they're thinking about what happened in Vegas, and also, their feelings about it. So, all right, they did that for a little while. Then we settle on Heather at the new location for Beauty Lab. So they're getting ready to do the opening night. So she wants to just check on everything and make sure everything is in order. And she's there with her staff, just walking through and getting ready for the opening. Well, one thing I found funny was that Heather didn't know, and she was surprised that Whitney knew what stanchions were. So if you guys don't know what stanchions are, it's that metal thing, like when you're at the airport waiting in line to get up to the ticket desk. It's the metal part of some people call it ropes, but it's the metal part of the ropes. That's called stanchions. And Heather didn't know that. Of course I knew that, but Heather didn't know, and she was surprised that Whitney knew. So it was like a little funny moment, the fact that Whitney knew and she didn't. So all right, so we leave them there, and then we go over to we see Lisa walking into like a bar or a lounge or whatever, and then we see that she's gonna meet with someone, and it so happens the person she's meeting with is Jen, because everybody's now back in Utah. Remember when the ladies went to visit when they went to Vegas, at one point Lisa says she's not willing to be friends with her anymore. So it was surprising to me, as well as to other viewers, I'm sure, that she was meeting with Jen. But she goes in to explain that the day after all the blow up happened at the hypnotist's house, that she was leaving the hotel and she ran into Jen in the elevator, and Jen was hysterically crying. So she promised that she would meet up with her in Utah. So this is it. She's gonna meet up with her, and they talk about Jen's behavior. They try to get to the root of why Jen is that way, and Jen opens up a little bit more to Lisa and tell her that growing up as a minority in Utah, she's always had to be ready to fight, to argue, because apparently she gets picked on a lot, she's misunderstood, and so on and so forth. But Lisa tells Jen, listen, you're a hothead. She didn't tell her like, well, yeah, she told her that. She's like, you're quick to anger, which you need to actually calm down and cool down a little bit and go through things. She's I think Lisa met up with Jen really just to find out if Jen said anything bad about her, because in that encounter she asked her twice. She's like, I know you wouldn't say anything bad about me, or you don't know anything about my life, or something to that effect. So I think that was the main reason for her meeting her up. But it turned out to be a good meeting. Maybe that was the main reason for meeting, but it just turned out that they had a nice little talk. So Jen she kind of apologized to Lisa for her behavior on the trip. And as to Jen's point, she said that Lisa was the only one who's reached out to her since they came back from Vegas. But of course it would be, because everybody else is pissed off at Jen. She went for everybody on that trip. So why would the other ladies reach out to her? Everybody needed to have a cooling period. And, right now, the rest of them aren't ready to talk to her. but Lisa was willing to meet up with her. All right, so they left. We leave them there, and then we get to see a nice little moment for Whitney's dad. As you guys know, for this entire season, he's been in rehab because he's getting over being addicted to pain medication. So he's been in rehab, and it so happens that he's trying to do his 90-day sober living, get back into being to doing what he loves best, which is here. So at this event or this meeting, we see him ask Whitney to be his model for a demo that he's doing for students. What's happening is that he wants to be an instructor at a beauty school, so he needed a demo person to do a haircut on. So he asked Whitney to come, and she was actually the person for him to do it on in front of the class. And he made little jokes as he was doing it, but it was just nice to see that the progress is happening. And because Whitney has worked hard at it with him, her and her husband has worked hard at it with him, so it's good to see that he's actually making progress. And like she said before, there were times where he would start the treatment and then just disappear, but it seemed like he's actually going through the entire treatment. And at the end of the demonstration for the students, he sat down with Whitney again and just thanked her for everything, and she was just happy to see that there is actually some progress at this point. So that was Whitney's dad. That was really good to see. Then we have Heather at the old location. They're getting ready to move, so they're packing boxes and stuff. So we have Meredith stop by to visit her, and they get to talking about Jen's behavior and stuff. Heather opens up and tells Meredith how she really feels how hurt she is by Jen's behavior. And Meredith asked her, so did you invite her to the opening? She said, well, she was already invited. She's a huge client of mine, and she's also a friend, so I'm not going to take back the invitation. We're going to make sure she's going to come, and we're going to see how things are. She's like, I don't want to get into any confrontation at the event because this is an event to feature me and the work that we've done over the years, myself and my partner. So hopefully Jen will behave herself and we could get through the night. So that was Meredith and Heather's visit. Then we have Lisa and her family. I'm not even going to get into that. She just meets with a branding agent with her husband and her sons, and that meeting was just, okay, we'll leave that alone. Then we have Mary at church. Mary is on top of the pastor, first lady. Mary is also the choir director. So she goes in for choir practice, and right off the bat, I don't know if it's the way it was edited or whatever, but Mary insults one of the band members, telling him that he's getting fat and he needs to drink more water and eat better and exercise. I'm like, and she does this in front of the whole, not the whole congregation, but in front of the choir and in front of the band. I mean, you couldn't pull him to the side and say something to Mary. You just like that, blurted out in front of everybody. And then now we have the choir practice start, and whoever was off key, who wasn't singing the way they were supposed, she was letting them have it one by one by one. It got to the point where I just couldn't watch anymore, so I fast forward past that point. So that was Mary at church. She was just being mean to everybody, in my opinion, and I just couldn't take it no more. Now we have Sharif. Jen's husband surprised her with a date night, and she said they don't usually go on dates because he's always working. So he surprised her with a date night, and they went salsa dancing. And then it was him, Jen, and another couple. I guess they were probably like the instructors or the dance studio owners or whatever, but he rented out the space for them to do salsa dancing, and then they have a little sweet night dessert, chocolates, strawberries, wine and stuff, and they had a good talk. Sharif could dance. I'm like, he was swinging them hips, the shoulders were going, the leg work was nice, but Jen confessed to us that he is a professional dancer. Like when he was younger, he was in a dance group or a dance team or whatever. He was dancing a lot when he was younger, but Sharif could move for an athletic guy. You're not usually able to be so light on your feet, but he was dancing. He looked good doing the salsa. And it was a really pretty date night. It was good to see. Jen was calm. She was sweet. She was loving. That's a side of Jen that you only see when she is with her husband. So he needs to film with her more often, or find something that's going to make her so nice and soft and warm. But that side of Jen I really, really like to see. I don't like to see when she's upset and crying and screaming and all that. But that was late night. She apologized to him for her behavior, you know, the way that she's been acting. But again, she opened up to her. She's only doing it because she missed him. And something's got to be done, because if he works where he travels a lot, and she's going to be missing him a lot. So what you going to do, girl? Maybe you go meet him a couple of days out of the week in whatever city he's in, and just do a pop-up surprise visit. Here I am. Let's do a date night. And then you fly back home. That might be the way you do it. I mean, I see that you have a lot of designer clothes and stuff. I'm assuming you have money, so you could just jump on a jet real quick and go visit your boo, give him a kiss, and fly back home. Let's see. That's an idea, Jen. If you're watching, you could use my idea. You could take it and go make sure that you do your pop-ups on your hubby and whatever. All right. So now we have the opening night for Beauty Labs. That's Heather's new location. So we have the opening night. We have Heather family comes, including her ex-husband. The daughters are there with her oldest daughter boyfriend. Her ex-husband is there. She takes him on a quick tour of the facility and just get his feedback and ask him what he think. Of course, he said he's proud of her and that maybe now she could turn around and support him. So that was a quick kiki moment. Then we have the friends come in, and then we have Meredith comes in. So Meredith was a showstopper. Of course, Meredith comes in with a crystallized face mask. So let me see. My bracelet, well, you can't really see my bracelet, but it was similar to this bracelet where it's like a mesh, but it has like Swarovski crystals all over it. So she could see through it, she could breathe and everything, but it was just a statement piece. Meredith, I know your son Brooks is the one who put that on your face until you go out there talking about this is high fashion. They just don't know about high fashion. But it was funny when Whitney did a reenactment of it, and she got two of the face masks that we're wearing, the blue ones that we're all wearing now, and she put two of them on top of each other and mimicked Meredith in the confessional. This is high fashion. They just don't get it. So that was funny. Whitney, that was cute. That was funny and cute. Okay. So then, everyone is, look at Meredith's face mask. Can she see? Can she breathe? Look at it. It's kind of, I don't know. Of course, you have Mary talking about, girl, don't wear that again. This is all in their confessional. Girl, don't wear that again. That wasn't cute. Mary, I'm going to need you when you come back in season 2, girl. Make sure you get yourself a stylist, because you have beautiful pieces of clothes, but you don't know how to put them together or wear them well. So make sure you get yourself a stylist, because honestly, I want to see everything that you got in your closet. I want to see you on film a lot more in season 2. I do hope you come back in season 2, Mary, because I want to see you in the seasons going forward, just to see your clothes and to actually see your growth. Because honestly, I think you come off tight mean. You come off tight mean in here to be a pastor. You're out there judging people. What does the Bible say? Judge not, yet let he be judged in the same manner, or something to that effect. Mary, Mary, you are too judgmental, and you should be nicer to your congregation and to the people around you. And I want to see you more in film. If this is what you want to be a part of, then yeah, we want to see you more. But if it's not, then I guess it is what it is. All right, I digress. We're back in the party. So, Meredith and her mask, we talk about that eventually. Lisa comes in and she goes to tell, I'm surprised she didn't call her on the phone before and let her know, but she comes in and she goes to tell Meredith that she met with Jen. And of course, Meredith did not like that, because she figured that her and Lisa are friends. Why are you meeting with Jen, first of all? And second of all, why didn't you call me and tell me that you were meeting with her? And why didn't you call me and tell me that you met with her? So Lisa in her confessional, and she tells it to Meredith in her confessional, and tells it to Lisa. She's like, after everything that Jen has said and done about my family, I don't understand how you could meet with her. I've known you for over 10 years. Our families get together. I care about your family. You care about mine. Why would you meet with her? She's like, well, I know she's a changed person. She's trying to change. We're going to work with her and change her. She's just misunderstood. You know, they go into the whole talk or whatever. And then Meredith basically told Lisa, at this point, I need my space. So, of course, Lisa looked at her like, really? So, they left that at that. But later on down in the evening, I'm not even going to get back into them. Just a note. Later on in the evening, towards the end of the episode, we see them taking pictures together. So I don't know where the relationship is with Meredith and Lisa at this point. I don't know if they're still friends. When the reunion comes, I guess we're going to find out a little bit more. So all right, so we're still back in the party now. Now we have Jen arrives, and you could see it on Heather's face, like, okay, she's conflicted. She doesn't know what to do. She don't know if she should approach her or anything. But as we all know, if you are the hostess for the party and your guests come in, yeah, I guess it could go either way. You could greet your guests or they could greet you. So eventually, Whitney walks over to Jen. She was getting a drink at the bar. This is the first person to approach Jen. Whitney walks over to her and just let her know, give her the way she feels or felt about how the weekend went, and then went back and forth for a little bit, and then Jen apologizes. Then she goes to her confessional and said, girl, I don't know what I'm apologizing for. I'm being like Michelle Obama tonight. When they go low, I'll go high. So she apologized to Whitney just to say that she just saw a table over there with some cookies and she wanted to get to the cookies. So she apologized to Whitney just to apologize. So hopefully, again, they could hash this out at the reunion, because if your apology is not genuine, then why give it? All right, so now Whitney leaves her there. Then she walks over to Meredith, I believe, because remember, she's already done apologized to Lisa. So Meredith was talking to somebody. She walked over there. The person excused himself. They talked for a little bit. Jen apologized to Meredith. I'm sorry for what I said about your family. I should not have done that. I did not mean to hurt your family. That wasn't my intention. You know how the apology go. You have to put in what you did wrong in order for them to actually hear you. So Meredith said, okay, I hear you, but I still don't trust you because what you did hurt me, and it really wasn't none of your business. Jen said, you're right, it's none of my business. And she was like, yeah, it wasn't none of your business. Now we have Heather interjects, and she comes over to the table, and then Meredith excuses herself so that Jen and Heather could have their conversation. And this is where it got big. So this was the final scene of the episode. This is where it got big. Heather was like, and I agree with everything that Heather said. She's like, I can't imagine that you raised your hand when the hypnotist asked who didn't trust Heather, and you raised your hand. I've been the most loyal to you out of anybody here. I made sure I stuck up for. I said all of this in I talked about all of this in episode 12 review, and I still stick to it. Heather has been the best friend that there is to Jen out of all of the ladies. It got so loud to the point where all of the other ladies came over and tell them to quiet it down a little bit, because this is, the celebration for the new office or the new space. Let's just get through this night and celebrating Heather and her accomplishments and pick this up another day. Heather and Jen didn't want to hear that. They kept going back and forth. Heather is like, Jen, you need to apologize to me. Jen is like, I don't know what I'm apologizing for. I don't know what I did wrong. She's like, I can't believe you don't know what, If you watch the episode, you know it. So to make a long story short, eventually, Jen apologized to Heather. They shared lip gloss. They hugged it out. And that was the end of the episode. I guess with the reunion, we're going to see if they truly, truly meant what they said. Of course, we know Heather didn't mean the apology to Whitney. Let's see if she meant the one to Meredith, and see if she meant the one to who's been her best friend throughout this entire season, which is Heather. So to wrap it up, that is it for episode 13. season 1 of the Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Like I said, this is the first installment of this franchise, and I started reviewing it from the first episode. So make sure that you look in the playlist. There is a playlist titled Real Housewives of Salt Lake City on my channel. Click on that. You can watch all my reviews from episode 1, and of course I'm going to review the reunion. In the first episode, I told you who were my favorite, and I'm still sticking to it. Heather, Whitney, and Jen was kind of rocky. In the first episode, I said I love Jen, but I don't know at this point what's going on with Jen. But still, Heather and Whitney, I love them because they're so down to earth. Heather is such a true friend to all the ladies, and Whitney is a peacemaker. And it was just fun to watch them over the season. So I'm looking forward to a season 2 and reviewing that as well. And I'm going to review the reunion. So make sure that you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this video. Thumbs up this video if you liked it. And until next time, guys, take care of your friends and your family. Again, thanks for watching. And I will see you on the next review. Take care. Bye-bye.